John Reynolds, Michelle Kutz, Daniel Confalone, Joan Heilman.
And thank you again for your attendance for this service today. When I often come to services like this, I often come carrying my own longing. I'm hoping, like many of you, that something will be said that might quiet the ache, turn down the volume of the pain, or make sense of what often feels so senseless. That somehow, this time, the person speaking the words and reading the prayers will offer a healing in such a way that all of our pain will be lifted, and the fog will drift away, and we will have clarity and understanding around our losses. We long for answers, and yet the truth is many of those answers don't exist in ways that may satisfy us. We don't like to talk about death. We don't want to imagine a world without the people we love. We don't want to hear words like, there's nothing more we can do. Even though our bodies are indeed finite, we don't like to talk about our own mortality. And when loss comes, whether slowly over time or suddenly without warning, we are left asking, how do we make sense of this? And where is God in all of this? Sometimes we can explain what happened medically or physically, but in our hearts, the logic has no logic. And maybe, just maybe, it's not supposed to. Because making sense of something is how we feel safe in the world. And grief reminds us that we're not in control, and that love has made us vulnerable. And yet here we are, here in this place, carrying grief together. Because as we know, grief isn't something you just get over. It is something we learn to carry in our minds, our bodies, and our hearts for the rest of our lives. It lives alongside us in ordinary days, in quiet moments, and in celebrations where someone is missing. I was reminded of that recently in my own life. Just last week, everything fell into place for me to move forward with ordination in the Moravian Church. I felt joy and gratitude and even excitement. But I also found myself crying in ways I couldn't quite put my finger on. I even called my doctor. I would be okay for a while, and then I would tear up, and then I'd be okay, and then I would just cry and cry all afternoon. Until I realized what my heart already knew. More than anything, all I wanted to do was just simply pick up the phone and call my mother. I wanted to hear her voice. I wanted to share the good news with her. And I can't. And it hurts. And that longing, that deep, unfulfilled longing is part of grief. And many of you know exactly what that feels like. The desire to hear the voice of our beloved just one more time. To share good news or bad. To reach for them. And remember, they are no longer here in the way they once were. And when we love someone and they die, we often say, a part of me died too. Because there are true pathways within us, in our brains, memories, habits, ways of knowing that were shaped by their presence. Think of well-worn grooves in polished wood, or a real pathway that you've seen where the grass is trampled down from people walking back and forth. That's what the neural pathways are like in our brain. Their voice, their laughter, their handwriting, the way they sneezed or cleared their throat, the way they told a joke or commented on something, or just the way they moved through the world, all of that becomes a part of us. And when they are gone, we grieve not only just the person, but in all the ways our lives were intertwined with theirs. We have such a difficult time with it, but we often keep expecting our loved ones to just walk through the front door again. When I was a young adult, I lived in an apartment complex. We had a neighbor named Mr. Elmer Shark. He was the loveliest of souls. He was in his 80s, and sometimes he and I would go out to dinner. And sometimes on Sunday afternoons, I would go to his apartment and we'd watch baseball. One afternoon, he's reading the newspaper. He's holding it up like this, reading the newspaper, and suddenly he crunches it down. And he says, "Grace, listen to this. Listen to this. 2 women, look at this ad. 2 women looking for a third to move in with them in a drug and alcohol-free environment." And he said, "My God, 2 lesbians are looking for a third, and the drugs and alcohol are free." It's okay to laugh. The drugs and alcohol are free. How do you put a price tag on a friendship like that? I wish I could bottle up Mr. Shark and just keep him with me all the time. And yet there is something that does not die, and that is love. The love remains. I knew Mr. Shark 40 years ago, and he still resides in a special place in my heart, and all my friends, and all my family that I have lost. Our beloved ones remain in the stories we tell, in the memories that return to us, and in the ways we continue to care for others, shaped by the love we received. Love does not end. It may shift a bit, but in the end, it does not end. We also say, where is God in all of this? And just as Sue had reminisced with that poem, God is with us all the time, sometimes carrying us, but always with us. The holy is always with us. The divine is always near to us. In our pain, in our sorrow, Christ is with us. Christ who knows our suffering and knows weeping and profound sorrow, upset, betrayal, and loss. Christ knows. We are forever surrounded by his radical love, his abundant grace and mercy, and they are always available to us. In the book of John, specifically in John 14, Christ says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms, and if it were not so, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you now? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back, and I will take you with me also." He is always with us, and when our time comes, he longs for us to be with him as well. In the reading from Revelation, he shall wipe away every tear. I imagine that Christ is looking at us and gazing at us with such love that we can feel it without words. We are made whole, and our pain and sorrow is lifted from us. He takes our faces in his hands, and we can feel his thumb and his fingers wipe away every tear. The loss is not minimized, the pain is healed, and all that remains is love. This verse also reminds us that we are not alone, and grief is not something we should experience alone, and we will have our tears wiped away with the holy handkerchief of heaven. The verse says he will wipe away every tear. Let me draw your attention to the words printed on the front of your bulletin. Life is a song Sing it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a sacrifice. Offer it. Life is love. Enjoy it. And also on the inside of your bulletins, I truly love this quote and will use it often going forward. Yesterday was hard, and I missed you. Today was a good day, and I missed you. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I will miss you. These words speak a simple truth that no matter what kind of day we're having, the missing remains. So what do we do with the days we are given? How do we honor those we have lost? We know. We know how to honor them. We know how to love, and in the ways we remember. We speak their names. We look at their photographs. We raise a glass on their birthdays. We honor anniversaries. We carry them with us. We love because they loved us. I remember a moment about 15 years ago. I was standing outside my house with my young neighbor, and he was 9 or 10, and he rode up on his bicycle and he stopped to chat. And during our conversation, he asked me out of nowhere, "What's the one thing you miss about being a kid?" Right? Lots of things went through my mind. I paused for a moment and I really thought about it. And then, to my own surprise, I burst into tears. And I was only able to eke out 2 words. My dad. Even as a child of 9 or 10, he somehow asked the question that went straight to the heart of grief, because no matter how much time passes, no matter how old we become, there are some losses we never outgrow. Actually, I don't believe we ever outgrow or ever get over the losses in our lives. Grief is forever. At my father's funeral, much of that day is a blur, but the one moment I remember is when the priest came down from the altar. He came down from the altar and he came right to the front row, and he stood in front of our pew and he said, "You will see him again." 5 simple words. You will see him again. These words have settled into my heart as both comfort and hope, however we understand it, however the universe works, through faith, through mystery, through the language of the soul. May we hold on to that hope that we will see them again, that our love has not ended, nor will it ever end, that our relationships are not erased, that somehow in ways of beyond our knowing, we will see them again. And now I leave you with this poem. This is from a child's point of view, from the point of view of a parent ruminating on when our children grow old. Think of your own parents as you listen. This is by Jessica Mary Ellis. Today, it suddenly dawned on me that I will never get to see you elderly. One day you'll be 80 and your hair will be white. Your hands will hold decades of mourning and light. Your life will be wide with the years you have grown, but that is a chapter I won't ever know. But this is the rhythm of nature and time. A parent walks with you for just part of the climb. And still, when I thought of the years I won't see, a picture appeared like a promise to me. There I am, waiting, not weary or blue, but young in the sunlight, still looking for you. And then in the distance, I see someone run, and with the wild open joy of a child in the sun, you crash into my arms like you did long ago, with the fearless, fast love only children can show. And I'm holding you close. In that warm, endless view, I'll whisper, "My darling, God, how I've missed you." May you always carry their love with you, always. And may recalling that love bring you moments, no matter how small, and bring you clarity and peace. Amen. And let us join in singing our closing hymn, How Great Thou Art, number 465, How Great Thou Art.
I see the
can bow your heads and receive God's blessing. Go forth in peace. May the Lord of heaven and the universe and the cosmos guide your steps. The Christ of compassion walk beside you, and the Spirit of truth dwell within you, now and always. I'm sorry. Thank you for all for coming today. There are light refreshments out in the hallway. And on the big screen, we have a presentation for you. So after postlude is done, I will begin this program, and I'll just let it loop. And you can stay as long as you like. You go out and have something to drink. You can come back in and just sit and watch. Thank you again for coming today.